What's going on, my fellow stock market trader and investor homies? It's your boy Kevin. Welcome back to Touchdown Trades. We got some crazy breaking news we need to discuss involving Elon Musk and his acquisition of Twitter. It's been a crazy ride since Elon announced that he was planning to buy Twitter. He was making a huge bid above the current valuation, and he was coming in swinging. It was looking like the deal was done. It was a done deal, and he was going to become the temporary CEO of Twitter. He was going to bring free speech back to a platform that has been criticized for silencing its users. He even went as far to say that he was going to let Donald Trump back on the platform. Even Jack Dorsey, the ex-Twitter CEO, came out and said that Twitter was silencing its users too much and that Donald Trump should have never been banned. And now it's looking like the deal is in question. The deal may not happen. It is on a rocky road. It's on thin ice, and it's looking like the deal is dead. So we're going to be breaking this all down in today's video. You're going to want to stay tuned. If you're a Twitter shareholder and you bought this stock like I did, looking to make the difference between the current trading price and Elon's bid to buy this company, then it's looking like that trade is not going to work out. And I personally put on that trade, and it's looking like I'm going to be losing some money from this specific trade. So Elon Musk tweeted that Twitter deal is temporarily on hold. What the hell is going on? So there is some speculation, multiple reasons out there to why this could be happening. The first reason, the reason that Elon says that this is happening is that Twitter has cooked the books. He is currently in the due diligence phase of buying Twitter stock. The due diligence phase is basically where a buyer has the opportunity to investigate what they're buying. So you go Sherlock Holmes. You get your private investigators, your Sherlock Holmes, you put your spy glasses on, and you look for stuff that could be a problem in the company. And Musk is saying that he found some problems. So Musk said the deal was on hold as he examined the number of spam accounts on the site, appearing to tie the delay to due diligence on an issue that he has raised as a motivating factor to become Twitter's owner. But the revelation sent the company's stock down sharply as investors signaled their doubt about whether the deal would go through. So basically, Elon is saying that he is putting the deal on hold because he believes that the number of spam and bot accounts is more than Twitter is leading on. So Twitter has said in the past that the number of spam or fake accounts is less than 5% of the actual real accounts. And Elon is calling that into question. But this is kind of odd because Elon has made this one of his big rallying cries of the reasons that he's buying Twitter. He said there's too many spam accounts and that these bot or troll accounts have too much influence on the platform. So if this is the case, if he already knew that, why is he calling this into question? It makes sense from a business standpoint, right? If you're a social media giant, Facebook, Twitter, all these social media platforms, YouTube, the valuation of the company greatly depends on the number of users. The more users a social media platform has, the higher the valuation will be because the platform can then advertise to the users and make money and revenue from the average daily users. And if there's a bunch of fake bot accounts that are inflating the numbers, the valuation would come down. It makes sense from a business and acquisition standpoint, but what doesn't make sense is that Elon has said in the past that this is one of the main reasons that he wanted to buy Twitter and clean it up. So we have that. Here's the exact tweet where Elon came out and said the deal was on hold. Twitter deal temporarily on hold, pending details supporting calculation that spam accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of the users. All right, so this article goes on to say it was not immediately clear how the Tesla CEO would pause the deal or how serious the threat was. Musk is prone to brash statements on Twitter, something that has drawn scrutiny by the SEC. All right, so this is a very important aspect of the deal that we need to pay attention to. The terms of the deal require a $1 billion breakup fee, basically an earnest money deposit. If you've ever bought a house, you know what an earnest money deposit is. For example, you're buying a house, you put up a $3,000 deposit. Later down the road, if you want to get out of the deal, you lose that $3,000 deposit. In this situation, he put down a $1 billion deposit. Now, there's speculation that he's calling into question the amount of spam and bot accounts because he's going to try and get his $1 billion breakup fee deposit back. He's going to basically accuse Twitter of fraudulently cooking the number of users on the platform in order to get his deposit back. And to be quite honest, I would not be surprised if Twitter did just that. I don't trust the Twitter executives or the board for 1 second. I honestly believe they probably did inflate the numbers because it doesn't make sense that they would initially push back so hard. We're never going to sell this to Elon. We're going to implement a poison pill strategy and flood the open market with shares, dilute the stock in order to prevent Elon from acquiring Twitter. And then after a few days, they come back and say, okay, we're going to sell it to you. Maybe it's because they knew they were selling at such a crazy valuation that doesn't even make sense that they just had to do it. They knew the book was cooked and inflated with more users than they actually have. Before the tweet, Musk already was seeking additional investors for the purchase as a market downturn put pressure on his financing. Tesla has lost $400 billion in market value since Musk's interest in Twitter became public in early April, driving a wedge in his acquisition plans at a time when he has already committed $21 billion of his wealth to the financing of this Twitter purchase. So here is another angle of this situation. We have speculation that because the stock market is weak, because we have seen a crash, and Tesla stock has lost a huge percent of its value over the last couple of weeks, that Musk thinks that we're heading into a recession, that the stock market is going to keep correcting, and that it's not a good time to buy Twitter. He's already lost a big chunk of his net worth as the stock market and Tesla stock have rolled over. Does he really want to leverage and go out and buy a giant tech company for over its market value in a time where the stock market is extremely weak? Why not wait several months and maybe you can buy it at a much cheaper valuation? That is another angle here that we need to pay attention to. All right, so let's take a look at the Twitter stock chart real quick and talk about what happened and what I think happens from this point forward. All right, so if we zoom in real quick and look at the daily chart, we are trading at $45 per share at the close yesterday. Right now, we are currently trading for less than $41 per share, a decline in Twitter stock price of about 10% in less than one trading day. This major run up here from the low 30s all the way up to 54 was due to the Elon acquisition. So we were expecting this acquisition price to be what, $54.20, wasn't it? Right now, we're trading at $40. So if this deal ends up going through, then Twitter's obviously a really good buy right now. But I would put the odds of this deal actually happening at like 40% happening, 60% not happening. I think all indicators are pointing to Elon backing out of this acquisition and the deal falling apart. Let's talk about a company and a stock that actually benefits from this deal falling apart, and that's going to be DWAC, Digital World Acquisition. This is the SPAC that Donald Trump's Truth Social is merging with. And if Elon actually succeeded in buying Twitter, Truth Social was going to die. Why would anybody go use this alternative to Twitter if Twitter was going to allow free speech? It was going to allow conservatives to express their political beliefs without the fear of getting kicked off. Nobody would have gone and used Truth Social. Now that Elon's bid to buy Twitter is looking like it's not going to happen, Truth Social is still going to have demand. I'm not saying it's a good investment at this price, but it could provide a catalyst to see a run-up and some hype around it if this deal does fall through. Just some food for thought, something to keep in mind. That's going to wrap up this video. I hope you got something of value from it. If you did, go ahead, destroy that like button for me. Go ahead and punch the like button right in the nose. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace.